Thank you, Andrew, and good morning, everybody, and welcome to what I think is going to be a pivotal moment for the UK hospitality industry. But before we want to dive in today, I just wanted to acknowledge something that I know many of you have walked in here with challenges. We know that there's a lot of problems in terms of the budget, national insurance strains, minimum wage, and business rates. And then you put that on top of energy costs, food costs, and then the consumers that we all work with and supply our services to have rising expectations and unfortunately lowering powers of spending. So the hospitality pressure cooker is very real and it's on full heat. It's our mission, though, to help you with all of these challenges. We are building the technology and the systems and the services to help you deliver an exceptional guest experience and operational efficiency that you need to drive your business to survive in this troubling market. And yet, instead of the technology making things easier today, it's actually adding pressure. And let me show you what I mean. I think you've all had coffee, hopefully, and I think we need a little bit of a wake up. So if everybody could just stand up for a moment. So I want you to be honest and I want to try and prove a point. And the point is, I want you to keep standing and you can sit when I hit your number in terms of the number of software businesses, vendors, and services that you have within your business today. So who has just one vendor to rule them all? All right. 2 vendors, 3, 4. There we go. Did you remember your Wi-Fi vendor? Maybe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Okay. Who actually, now you want to be super honest, do you actually know how many vendors you've got? No. Okay. That makes sense. We know that. Sorry, you can all sit down. But thank you very much. We know that the industry is very complicated in terms of the number of vendors. When you're managing them within your businesses, you don't know who always owns the software, who's operating it, and ultimately, therefore, how many systems that you've got going. So what we've just demonstrated, therefore, is just not an inconvenience. It's costing you money, it's costing you time, and it's reducing your competitive advantage every single day. Because each one of these vendors represents a login you have to remember, a support number you need to have to call, invoices you have to process, and a system that doesn't talk to other systems. A gap where the data falls through, and a place where your guest experience tends to break. From my side, I spent 16 years at TripAdvisor before joining Access and worked with 100,000 hotels and restaurants all over the world. And we watched the industry transform from what was handwritten diaries to software. And what we then just demonstrated, which is ultimately an overwhelming chaos of technology where you're juggling systems and you're juggling software. And 5 years ago, what we did at TripAdvisor was we built a vision where we would build one platform for the industry to support the industry and make the industry better. That was a great strategy. Unfortunately, TripAdvisor didn't have the money at that point in time to actually go out there and invest. But 2 years ago, we met with Chris and we met with Champa and reviewed the Access strategy. And ultimately, the question was, what if you had the money? What if you had the resources? Could we bring this vision to life? And today, what you're going to see is the fruits of those labors and all of the efforts of our teams across Access. We've had this incredible paradox in terms of hospitality. In 1995, you knew your regulars' names, you knew their favorite drinks, their birthdays, and it was just good service. Today, we have more data than ever. We have more systems than ever. We have more technology than ever. And somehow delivering the same personal touch has become almost impossible. I know you've heard promises before, and you've heard them sometimes from Access, but we just didn't acquire these products and services to rebrand them. We've invested more than ever in Access's history to build AI into our products and creating the interconnected platform of the future. And here's the validation. 87% of you told us that the technology should help scale your business. But instead, you're spending hours switching between systems, and that's not hours spent serving your teams, developing your business, and ultimately delivering a great guest experience. So today, our goal is to end this fragmentation. At Access, we're not just building another platform, we're building the platform for the future. And not just for the UK, though you're going to be the first ones to benefit, but this is going to be a platform that sets the global standard for hospitality technology. And there are 3 levels of connection for you to understand. First, the data will flow without manual input. Second, you're going to have one interface that learns how you work, not 10 different logins. Third, and this is the game changer, you're going to have systems and products that actually empower each other, powered by AI that is private, secure, and built specifically for hospitality. We're not adding AI, therefore, as a gimmick or a marketing strapline, and we're not here to replace your people. We're embedding intelligence in every interaction, every decision, and every moment when technology can amplify your workforce capabilities and remove barriers that get in their way. Imagine your AI in the future, knowing that Chris on table 7 orders Pinot Grigio every time he comes in across every surface in the guest experience. Imagine having AI where you have a rotoring system that understands the online reviews that have occurred, and those are being fed back to the front of house so you can see who is delivering the most amazing experiences in your business. So I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you who've helped shape the products and the services that we've developed so far for Evo, in that you've helped us actually make sure that Evo delivers on the brand promise, that it's delivering what you need for your business, and ultimately does what we need for the future of hospitality. So now, look, we know that the challenges you're all facing are really real. The pressure is real, but so is the opportunity. While others are cutting back, you can be gearing up. While others are just trying to survive, you can be positioned to thrive. Because the businesses that invest in the right technology now, that solve the fragmentation problem now, they're the ones who are going to own their future. Today isn't therefore just about showing you software, it's about showing you a path forward. A path where the technology finally works the way hospitality works, where AI doesn't replace your people but makes them superhuman, where you can deliver a 1995 magic but at 2025 scale. So welcome to the Evo experience. Welcome to your competitive advantage. Welcome to the future that we are going to build together. And imagine walking in tomorrow, just having that one login. Imagine your system actually talking to each other. Imagine your people having more time to do what they love, taking care of the guests, building your business. That's not a dream anymore. That is Evo. And with that, I'll pass over to Andy.